Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the 2021 AFL Brownlow Medal. It's me, it's Pom. Pom, what's happening, mate?
Hey up, how are we doing?
Well, look, I'm kind of excited. We haven't really had a reason to do a watch along for a Brownlow in years gone by because we haven't really been in a situation where someone might win it or let alone come in the top 2 or 3 or top 5. So this is new. I'm excited. One more watch along never hurt anybody.
Oh, we love a watch along, don't we, here round Blue Abroad, round these parts?
Oh, you love a watch along. I don't necessarily like a watch along when I know I'm going to be stressed and potentially, say something to incriminate myself. But no, mate, it's good to have you here. Good to have all of you here. Tonight's going to be a bit of fun. The Brownlow can be a bit dry at times, but I think it's exciting. We've got a few different things happening tonight, a few giveaways. I'll explain all about those shortly. But yeah, just somewhere to have a chat, have a yarn. We'll kick Walshy home. I want to show you guys a little something here. This is for our friend Blacker At. If you're a regular viewer here on the Blue Abroad channel, he's in what we call an OG here on the channel. He put a really responsible bet on, Pom. A really responsible bet at the start of the year. Here, I'm going to put it up here. 25 on, Harry Mackay for the Coleman and Walsh for the Brownlow. So potentially we could be watching Blacker At win $77,000. I've spoken to him. He doesn't necessarily think he's going to win, but I think it's going to be fun to kick it on nevertheless. Pom, give us your take on the Brownlow, mate. What's your high level summary? What's going to happen? And in the comments as well, everyone put your predictions in so I can get them up on the screen.
Oh, I think it's going to be a tasty one. I think it's going to be Clary. I think Clayton Oliver's going to take this one out. I've got a sneaky feeling, traditionally polls well. It's going to be. I think Walsh will be in the reckoning though, top 5. I reckon he's a sneaky top 5. I have gone with him top 5. It's going to be an entertaining one though, isn't it? Because I think he will poll really well towards the end as well.
Yep. Yeah. So I went through my player ratings and whatnot, and I know that they are heavily biased towards Carlton players, but I like to think I give kudos where it's earned, and I've got Walsh on 23 votes as a maximum. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get the job done. Have you got? Oh, actually, what I've got here, Pom, you sent it to me earlier. You've got. Maybe you can explain the data behind Walsh's voting games here for those in the audience.
Yes. So, do you want me to put it up on screen for the masses?
So I've got it up right now.
All right. Okay. Fantastic. So what you'll see here is a percentile chance of where we predict he'll poll, whereabouts he'll poll, what are his chances. So you can see that you've got different colour codes. You've got your reds, which are probably unpolled. You've got your light blues, which is a good chance for a 1 vote. So round 3, 17% chance. That's of him polling. And then you can see towards the end, round 15 onwards, we know that Sam Walsh really just jettisoned. He probably got in the Brownlow. He got in the All-Australian on the back of that round 15 post form. He was easily the best player in probably the football from round 15 to round 18. So I think it's going to be entertaining because he has got chances, because you never know. Like Brayshaw is a real good example 2 or 3 years ago where Brayshaw came from nowhere. Sometimes out of nowhere, these players poll as well, even when no one's got them to. So should be interesting. It should be an interesting thing because there's a lot of games as well we lost where he was poor, where we were poor, but he was absolutely exceptional. And you remember that with Cripps a couple of years ago.
So there are a couple of games where I'm thinking I could be completely off the mark if he jags a vote. Like, for example, round 1, Richmond. If he's able to get 1 or 2 votes in round 1, that throws what I think he's going to get out the window. It really depends, because I really do feel like it was very clear that, at the start of the year, I don't necessarily think we were all in the mentality of it's Sam Walsh as our key guy. But as the year went on, he clearly is our best player. I wonder if the umpires will take a little time to get off the Cripps train and onto the Sam Walsh train. So I remember Cripper was he was okay in round one. I wonder if he might get a vote for us, if we get a vote at all in round one. But the interesting one for me is the Geelong game, because we were pretty poor that night. But for me, he was clearly the best on ground that night. And I'm really keen to see, does he get the 3 votes in a game where we lost, in the circumstances that we did?
It's always entertaining because one of the good measurements for it is the coaches award if they're a midfielder, because you do find historically them coaches votes do sometimes transcend into the 1 vote, which I always think is an interesting little factoid about the Brownlow. Because if you actually go through Brayshaw, we're talking about a couple of years ago, he polled phenomenally well. And it's, again, interesting, the Geelong game, he was the best on the ground according to the coaches. So you can always, it's always a chance. It's hard to get 3 votes when you lose, but there's always a great chance. There's always a great chance if you do shine. And he was a shining light that game, wasn't he?
He was. No, he certainly was. I'm excited. It's funny because I was hoping to have a tab up on the screen in front of me of the Brownlow, but seeing as the AFL and the rights deals are so tight, I've got to have the TV on in the living room and just hear out for the votes being called out. But I think you said this earlier today, like there's a lot of white noise with the Brownlow, like during the breaks and whatnot. I think that's where we want to get you guys in the audience involved. If you want to come in between rounds or when there's a bit of a break, have a chat about what's going on with the Brownlow and whatnot. Also, might as well start off with the giveaway. So you will see here. I don't know if you guys remember the OG Blue Abroad caps. I've got a couple of them in the cupboard. I'm going to give away those throughout the night. And also, I've got this Jack Silvani print as well that I'm going to give away throughout the night as well. Now, this one's a special one. What I'm going to do is, to enter, what you need to do is go into the comments on YouTube. This is a YouTube competition. And type how many votes Sam Walsh will get tonight. And the first person to get it right will get this print. It's from one of our newest friends. Her name is Casey. And her Instagram page handle is Lame Attempted Art. So she does these really cool prints. So how many votes will Sam Walsh poll tonight in the Brownlow? It's got to be on the YouTube comments, not in the chat, in the comments. So that way after the stream, I can go and look back and see who was the first person to get it right. So yes, Palm, I'm not sure if I asked you. I have him on 22, 23. What have you got him on?
27.
27, mate. 27 wins the Brownlow, bro.
Could do. It could do. Could be thereabouts, but I've got them on 27. So let's see. We'll see who's right.
All right. Well, why don't we talk a little bit about round one before the votes come in? What happened? Let's give us a refresher.
Well, round one, as we remember, we were against the mighty Richmond, and I've taken the liberty of showing the 3 best for us that night. We've gone with the coaches' votes, we've gone with the AFL votes, and we've gone with a little bit of my own. So the first guy we'll look at is none other than Sammy Walsh. So that night he had 31 touches, 4 tackles and 6 clearances in a losing effort, but he did stand out, it is to be fair. So he's one of them that you would say would be a potential vote chance, particularly Sam Walsh. He's got that game, isn't he? He's got that game that stands out to the umpires. Feels like a lifetime ago, round one, doesn't it?
Such hope. That was the first game back after the break and lockdowns and getting our footy back going to games again. So yeah, that's look, he's a chance. I just have a feeling Richmond will dominate the votes.
Well, it's odds on, according to the bookies, that it's Dustin Martin who gets the 3 from that game, but we'll be hoping that we can snag at least a vote. Another guy who's a chance, 28 touches, 4 tackles, 5 clearances, is our hero and captain, Paddy Cripps. He had a fairly decent start by his usual standards against Richmond. Does usually play well against Richmond as well, incidentally.
He sure does.
And another guy that has picked up votes in the similar position for Essendon with a similar type of game, 352 metres, 4 tackles and 25 touches was Adam Sard. So these are the 3 guys who will be hoping to take one off the yellow and black.
Okay. All right. I'm excited. Blacker Rat over here with the 50. Thank you very much, brother. He says, hey, no matter what happens tonight, we get to share this together. Baggers and Blue Abroad family. Hashtag young goat. Let's fucking go. Have a good night all. I like that. I like that, Blacker Rat. Stay tuned, mate. There's a lot in store for you tonight. I'll give you the hot tip, mate. So stay tuned. I'm just trying to hear. I don't think they're counting it just yet. We'll go a little quiet once the count starts. Pom, are we going to get a vote here round 1? Or how are they going to do it? Are they going to do a couple of rounds in a row? How are we doing this?
They usually do it, don't they, round by 1, because Gil likes to prove that he can count. He likes to prove that daddy's money that fucking prepaid through private school got him the ability to count to 3 very slowly.
Oh, I love it.
I think we snag 1 vote. I think Walsh gets the 1.
Yep, I think so. I think that'd be a nice start.
If he doesn't, I'm boycotting the AFL.
Well, what I fear is that we go round by round, then we get to some of the disappointing performances, and I'm just like, I just get all PTSD, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Like round 2, I know round 2 is coming, and as soon as I'm actually happy, I'm not watching it, like physically watching it. I'm just listening to it because I don't want to hear anything or see anything about round 2 again.
Oh, mate, round 2, I think you've got that as much chance of me polling a vote.
Yeah.
As a Carlton player, but you never know, do you? You never know.
No, it's all about being positive. I like it. All right. No, they haven't started. He's doing his thank yous. He's doing his thank yous.
This could take weeks from old mate.
And the Brownlow count starts at 8:30.
I do love it. I was on the AFL website and they said the anticipated time for the guy to get announced is 9:30 or something. And I was like, okay. Well, with Gil, that's about 11:45.
Well, I hope so. I hope we get an announcement at 9:30. I mean, you know, not that I have much to do tomorrow, or too far to go.
He won't do it. You know what Gil's like. He loves it. No. He loves it too much.
Not at all. Not at all. Let's see. What have we got in the comments? What's going on here? Michael Catter wants everyone to know that he loves Jack Steele. Michael, welcome to you, mate.
He'll be there or thereabouts, old Steele.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not sure why the principle of like Petrarca and Oliver, why the principle of not taking votes off each other hasn't really applied there. Is that because we just feel like they will get the 3s and the 2s? Like, does Max Gawn not? Are the umpires really not going to look at Max Gawn at all this year? Or,
well, I mean, being a ruck is hard work in the AFL. It's hard work to poll votes. I mean, the Brayshaw one ruined my famous 18 leg getting the leader of every team 2 years ago, and Brayshaw totally destroyed it. So I do think Oliver will trump Mr. Petrarca. I just don't think Petrarca. Usually it goes down to disposals, contested possessions, and tackles in front of the umpire. And Oliver does all of that. So I don't think the philosophy of stealing votes probably stands as much.
Okay. Yep. Well, that ruins all of my responsible gambling that I've done.
Well, I mean, I've got to say, I've gone, Mr. Paolo and me were discussing this quite a bit, and we're heavy into Cam Guthrie top 10. He's gone one step further and thinks Cam Guthrie might take this out, but
wow,
I do like a bit of Cam Guthrie. 14 votes last year, and his numbers are insane compared to last year. And he took the Geelong medal out last year as well. So I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a nice one.
Yeah, I had a nibble at that as well, so I'll be kicking that on. We've got a few questions here. From Husnain. Where do you watch it on your phone? The answer is I don't know. I don't. Like 7plus are not putting it on their app. It's strictly on the antenna. Like that's where Australia is at the moment. Just Just
Mate, it's crazy, isn't it?
it's unbelievable. How is it not available on a digital platform? I guess because they want to have the audience to watch through their signal. But I don't know. I just think you limit your viewers when you do that.
Oh, I mean, it's a crazy thing. I mean, us round ball heads, us poms, we don't have anything like this as well. I think there's something real spiritual about the Brownlow that you just don't get.
Yep.
Anywhere else. Like, we actually have nothing like this. I can't think of anything like this in any other sport as well that's like live counted. Like, I actually like the fact that we get to see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mattman_Beerman on Twitch, she's saying, will you guys have a live poll going or showing the TV? No, we will not have a situation where we're showing the TV, because that, lo and behold, will get us absolutely shut down, I think. I would have thought. But we'll just be...
Yeah, Gil will come round.
Gil will come around and give us a tap on the shoulder. No, but we'll just be just talking throughout the night as the vote is happening. So that's what we're doing.
Tell you what, though, they do... this is how budget we are at Blue Abroad. I'm watching it on a live stream. I can see the back of my son's head who's watching the Brownlow in the living room using the iPhone. But, I mean, they really do really well, don't they? Absolutely milking the pina colada out of the interludes. Like, we've got everyone's mum at the moment by the appearance of this.
Yep.
They really do milk it, which Pom respects. I respect a bit of milking.
Nothing wrong with milking at all. I've just put a poll up on YouTube for people to get a look at as to who they think will win. I've only got 4 options, so Walsh has to be in there. I've gone Ollie Wines and who was the other one I put? And other. So you can put your votes in now. I hear a little bit of sound coming from the TV. I'm not sure if
here
they're
it is. They're doing it.
All right.
You can't beat it.
Oh, this is exciting. I can't watch it. Ari with the 5. Huge night, lads.
Cheers, matey.
All night long. LFG. Yes, sir. Ari Stamatakos, who is, guys, remember the name. The guy's going to be riding for the biggest platforms, the sport platforms in the world one day. Really talented kid.
He's a beaut, is Ari.
He is. He absolutely is.
Oh, here we are. He's walking along.
I'm hearing like a promo. I'm not hearing votes.
Yeah, it's just another promo. He's just doing the old milking the vote.
I love how the biggest percentage of votes is for Sam Walsh winning tonight. Hey, Sam Walsh wins tonight. This stream becomes legendary, man. I'm telling you now.
Well, I mean, it seems ages ago, didn't it, that Judd took one out for us?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, if Darcy Parish wins the Brownlow, I'll get a tattoo of Darcy Parish's mum on my chest. That's how confident I am Parish won't win the Brownlow.
The crazy part about statements like that is you have nothing to do other than lose, because if it doesn't happen, you're not getting a reward. But if it does, you get it clipped and you have to do it.
I do. The reward of being right, Tez, is the most important reward in the world.
Very true. Ali, good point. Can't wait for Clarko on 360 tomorrow night. So the Blue Abroad show will happen tomorrow night. I think we might have to take a bit of like a break and turn it into like a watch along as well while Clarko speaks, because just want to see what hints we can possibly get.
Yeah, when Clarkson, I mean, probably the biggest hint you'll have is when Clarkson turns up in his Carlton polo.
His Carlton polo.
Going right, lads.
It's like, but we haven't done the announcement. Well, here it is.
And he plays dumb. He's like, what Carlton Guernsey? What are you on about? What polo? It's just a blue polo.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We are nearing the vote. We really are nearing the vote count.
They are smashing a bit of Jack Steele action at the moment on the TV. Tell you what, he is a very good footballer. I hate to say it.
Who's that?
Jack Steele.
Oh yeah. Oof. I mean, we have one. We have Cripps, but we just need to see him back to his best before we can, be confident. Jesus Christ is in the chat.
Hey up, Jesus. How you doing, mate?
What up, bro? Sorry to spoil things, but Oliver wins it. That's great. That's the kind of banter we're after. That's great stuff.
Jesus, while you're here, can you just confirm that it's not normal for anyone to put lemonade in beer? It has to be a sin.
It is a sin. I can confirm that. I'm not Jesus.
Also, Tom's about to have a heart attack every time Parish votes. I've just actually Googled what Darcy Parish's mum looks like, just in case.
Dullarena. I don't have a link. Maybe someone in the comments can help. What happened? What about Is this it? Are they going through the count? Is that what I'm hearing?
Back on.
All right.
They really do absolutely maximize this. Like,
if you guys in the comments can help us out as to when they're doing the count.
Here we go. Round one votes.
All right.
It's the preview.
Okay.
God, this feels ages ago, doesn't it? It was only March.
Yeah, man.
It's been a long year. They've extended lockdown as well, haven't they? October the 26th, 3 days after my birthday.
Pom, we don't talk about the lockdown here on the channel. This is the escape from lockdown. No, that's true. Right. They have.
I might have to go out for my birthday, October the 26th. I'm on the 23rd.
Black Rat here. Give Stocker and Kennedy a few more years like Wines has on him. They have similar potential. I like that. All right.
I'm pretty sure someone on this channel said Stocker's the next Luke Hodge.
I don't know what that bloke was talking about, what he saw. All right.
Classic Pom.
Walsh for 2. That's huge.
There it is.
That's huge. I didn't have him for a vote. All right. Hang on.
That's good. That means he's ahead.
Oh my God, he's winning the Brownlow, bro. Walsh is winning the Brownlow, bro.
Imagine. I love his little cheeky grin when he got the vote. Tell you what, as well, Bond getting that vote off McRae, that might cost them money. That might cost the bookies that.
Okay.
Oliver, nice little start.
Yep. Oof. Okay.
Oh. Tell you what, he's actually smashing through the votes, isn't he?
Oh, it's early days. All right.
And there it is.
Round 2. Well, Walsh for 2 votes. That's a good start. That's a very good start. That was unexpected from me. Pom?
Well, I mean, he's ahead of where I thought he would be. I thought he might get 1, but getting the 2 is huge for the boy. So makes him 1 ahead of where he is.
Are we expecting a vote in round 2? What are we expecting in round 2?
I'm expecting donuts. I mean, while they do the vote, we've got Sam Walsh again. He had 29 touches, 3 tackles. Similar game to the round 1 game. So he was there or thereabouts. Harry, we know the 4 goals and the 6 marks. And old Fogarty had the goal, 24 touches. And that is the type of Brownlow game someone gets a vote in a losing effort. But I'd be very surprised.
Here we go. Fair enough. No, we expected that.
I mean, you'll cry if he does.
Yeah. Ollie Wines.
Winesy. Tell you what, as well, what's surprising a lot of people is Tex Walker's not pulling.
Started very well.
Which will, because his odds were very low for the taking out the first 5. People thought he'd poll Max.
Mm-hmm.
But Clary's going well.
I had a little piece on Nick Nat to win West Coast's votes.
Tell you what, Noah Anderson will be happy with that as well.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ with the casual blasphemy. Can Jesus Christ be blasphemous when it's
I
about
don't
his
think
own?
so. Why?
Oh, no, wait a minute.
All right.
Follow Carlton's a sin. Jesus, I've made a lot of sins, so I might as well just add Carlton to the list, my friend.
Well, we're here anyway. We're here anyway. It's more than just following a team.
Oh, dear. So that's the round 2 votes concluded.
Yes,
so
that is round 2.
they're kind of in good position because, I mean, he's probably 1 ahead of where the bookies had him. Just checking, the bookies are usually a pretty good indication of this because they put a lot of research into it. They would have had him in 1 at this stage. So means he's a little bit he's 1 ahead of where he was.
Correct. He's ahead of where we thought, and I thought at best case scenario he might get 1 vote, but the fact that he's got the 2 tells me, all right, well, he obviously got their attention early on, so it could be a good sign of things to come later in the year where we lose some other games where he plays well, such as the Geelong game where we lost, by 4 goals or whatever it was, but I remember him kicking a couple, especially late. We will see. We will see. For everyone asking, the Brownlow is on Channel 7. It's not on KO. It's not on their digital platforms. You can't log into their app. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It's just classic.
Pom?
It's classic England. I mean, classic Australia, isn't it?
Classic Australia. Should we move to round 3? Let's talk a little bit about round 3 and what we're expecting there, because it was a little bit more of a happy time. Also, before we do that, we're 0-2 at this point. Frustrated, just a reminder, the Carlton people, we're very frustrated. Talk to me about round 3.
Well, I mean, I was I'd retired and come back out of retirement at this stage, but
yeah, you
obviously
did.
Carlton beat Freo, didn't they? Harry had a blinder. Few votes on offer here, so I mean, we'll start off obviously with the man himself, our best Brownlow hope, Sam Walsh. He had a fantastic game, went really hard in that one. Cripps is another one as well that we should be looking at as well in this one. He had a strong game, and obviously Harry was exceptional in this game. Really started the year with a bang, and the future Coleman medalist showed what he was about in this game. So there's definitely a chance for multiple votes here. We dominated the coaches' vote, which is usually a good indication for people at the ground what they thought. So, and there's maybe a slight chance for Liam Jones as well in this one to maybe snag a vote because he had more marks than anyone, really. He was phenomenal towards the back half of that game as well when Fremantle started to fight back a bit. So, could be Carlton vote galore here.
It could be. It certainly could be. It really could be. I mean, I think when you're looking at forwards, now Harry obviously he's kicked 7. I think once you kick more than 5, you put yourself into that 3-vote category as a forward because traditionally they're not really looked at. I wonder if they're going to look past the 7 goals and give Walsh the 3 and then Harry the 2. I would picture it going Cripps, Walsh, Harry 1, 2, and 3. But if we can get Walsh to 3 here, again, that's probably 1 more than what we expected.
Oh, mate, it's spot on. I mean, it's going to be. I reckon you're definitely going to see Walsh here with 3 votes.
Okay. Well, Blacker Rat. Can we get a Blacker Rat checkup? How you going, mate?
He must be buzzing. I tell you what, though, I'll be very. I mean, I think you're right. Usually, key forwards 5 votes. Usually, that kind of anything with more than 5 goals usually puts them in the conversation. But 37 touches for Walsh, and you look at them as well, 32 of them were in the middle of the ground where all the umpires are. So that is always a good indication where the umpires are. That's where that vote's come from. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Walsh get the 3, Mackay get the 2.
Yeah, true. Just to recap, what was the final vote count for round 2 against Collingwood? Hang on, let me get it up. What was it?
From
Kira, good evening to you. I saw you said here that De Goey did not get a vote in round 2.
That's a disgrace.
I'm happy with it.
I'm happy with it. But that's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace, man. All right. Mason, how can one watch without an aerial? I don't really know. Jesus Christ has put a little link here. I don't know if that works. But it seems like the only way to watch this Brownlow is if you are in Australia and you have a television with a satellite. It's on free to air, so there's nowhere to watch it. Sorry.
It's classic. It's classic corruption from the AFL. The AFL don't like live streams.
No, they mustn't. They mustn't. Surely this time next year, Pom, we've got our own little section at the Brownlow. They can even put us in the corner, somewhere where we can just live stream what's going on. Surely, right?
Yeah, just pay for my drinks.
And
I'll be as good as gold.
Yeah.
I'll be as good as gold.
Jai says that you can't watch it in Queensland at all. Is that true? Like Queensland are not showing it? What?
Yeah, but to be fair, unless it's got rugby league, the Queensland don't care, do they? So
fair. I think Ulger, good evening to you. He's saying Foxtel has Channel 7 as well, so it works there. Well, that's good. I just feel like it should be available everywhere, like everywhere possible. I don't know.
You would have thought, like nowadays, you would have thought that it was definitely something that would be played all the time. Like, just because this is such a big thing. Like, I was reading about it. The rules are because Foxtel owns the streaming rights. Evidently, they haven't given it up to be on an online stream, which I find really crazy to me.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I've just checked, and Jesus' link does work.
It does work. All right. The votes are in. Let's go. Let's listen up. Bruce. There he is, Tex.
The Tex dog.
Natanui. I like it.
Tell you what, surely not.
Who got the one vote for the Carlton game? Was that Walsh?
I think it was.
Yeah. Right, can you confirm? Walsh, one vote. Okay, so they gave Walsh the 1, Cripps the 2, Harry the 3. All right, fair. Cripps was good that day. He was. I remember he
was very good, yeah.
Yeah, he was good that day.
Well, I had him on 3 votes at this stage, so that's good.
Michael, at the moment, we just had round 3. So Sam Walsh with the 1, Cripps with the 2, Harry with the 3. We're in round 4. I can hear the highlights going on. Talk to us about round 4. What can we expect?
Well, I mean, round 4 is another round where Carlton will hope to snag some votes as well. A few players in this one as well for the first time actually came to the fore as well for Carlton. There was probably 3 guys we'll look at who were the first that we'll talk about for the night. So the first one was Doc, had a very solid game himself. He went back to his usual best as well at this stage. He had the 28 touches, 8 marks, 516 metres gained, 32 touches for Ed, 5 tackles, 8 clearances, and another 560 metres gained for Liam Jones and 11 marks. So these are the type of games that the AFL umpires look for as well. So good chances for one of our boys to pull in this one as well, I think.
All right, see how we go.
So if Black Karat, he'll be getting excited, I'm sure. Do you remember Eddie's goal against Gold Coast as well in this game?
I do. Hang on. All right. Doherty. Walsh for 3.
Come on.
Get in. Get in.
He's there.
Wow. He's winning the Brownlow.
Tell you, he might do.
He's winning the Brownlow. That was round 4. Wow. Okay.
That's insane as well, because looking at all the things, no one had him polling that game.
Wow, guys, I think it's time to get excited. I don't know, maybe I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, but I did not have him for 3. I didn't have him for a vote in that game. Okay. All right.
No one had him for the vote as well in that game. So that's huge, because they're the 3 that you pick up where the bookies don't like you.
Correct.
You pick them up, you've got a great chance.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we know that from round 15 to 18, he's the best on ground in all 4 of those games. It's really clear. So again, we can't be sure until the vote comes, but this is a good start.
Oh, if you can pick the votes up where you weren't anywhere near, that's always a great sign. Like the next game we've got as well against Port, this is where, in a game where you lost by just under 30 points.
Yep.
He had a good game that game as well. So, there's another area for Walsh that Walsh will be thinking 29 touches, 1 goal, 6 tackles, 5 marks. That kind of stands out. If he can snag 1 vote, 2 votes there as well, where many people won't have had him to poll in a losing effort, could be huge. I mean, you look at him now, Walsh is tied, 4th? So he's right in there.
He just needs to stay close enough, because his time where he gets the bulk votes will come.
Well, yeah, like we say, from the round 15 onwards, you would imagine he'll be pretty much close to max votes nearly every game. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if he can snag it in there, I mean, I do think Houghton will get a vote in this next game, round 5, even though we lost. I think we will snag one. You look at how Port's makeup is of that team. Everyone kind of contributed equally. That was outside of their best 2.
I remember that. That was a dirty night. Anyway, sorry. Talk to us about who else was good for us. Round 5 coming up.
Sad had a great game. 5 tackles, 18 disposals, brought the line various times. And again, Cripper doing what Cripper does, standing out in a losing effort. He has the 6 clearances, 27 tackles. So these are definitely guys here that could be in there. To answer your question, Michael, Petrarca 7, Walker 7, Martin, Mills and Oliver tied on 6. That's the top 5. As we start the count on the round 5.
All righty.
So we're wanting Walsh here, 1. If Walsh can snag 1 against the grain, lock him in for the Brownlow.
Oh, Alan.
Oh, God, do you remember Dixon that game?
Don't. Bont. Here we go. Okay. No votes. No vote. Look, to be expected. We were
always tough.
Yeah, round 4 getting 2 votes there. That's big.
Always tough. Tell you what, this medal's going to be tight.
It will. Oliver?
Tell you what, Trelaw's polled really well as well.
Early on, yep.
Buddy Franklin as well, getting his first ones.
Loves a vote. All right. Well, there's round 5. We were 2 and 3. Is that right? Yeah, we were 2 and 3. Really didn't know what was going on. We played the D's from memory in round 6.
Brisbane.
Brisbane. Okay. Let's
18-point loss.
Yeah, Ben, sorry, mate. We cannot do that. That will ruin us. The channel will be sued. I don't really need.
Gil will come round and make me drink.
I don't need that.
Premium lagers.
Yeah, I do not need any of that right now. What are we expecting coming up, mate? Are we going to get a vote?
You never know. You never know with this voting system. There was some players of Carlton who stood out. So let's talk about the man of the moment. Walsh, 29 touches, 1 goal, 6 tackles, 5 marks. He had another game that these kind of games do poll in a losing effort. Harry will also fancy himself 6 goals in this game.
Okay.
He'll fancy himself. And Doc, again, he had 8 marks, 6 of them intercepts. So because he plays so high up the ground for a halfback flanker, again, he could be a guy that might snag the 1 vote. So that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for someone to snag 1, maybe 2.
All right, let's tune in. Trelaw again.
Imagine if Trelaw won the Brownlow. I'd be calling Swoop Luke on the live. Oh, yeah, this was the game, wasn't it? On goal from Stocker.
Here we go.
He's done it!
We're winning the Brownlow tonight. He's winning the Brownlow tonight. He's winning the Brownlow tonight. Oh, my God. He's winning the Brownlow tonight.
Tell you what, that's huge. That's huge.
What?
That's huge.
In a losing effort? All right, okay.
That's huge. Like I said, them results, them numbers for that game as well. Let's just look at them again. That's 29 touches, 5 tackles, 6 marks and a goal. Like, that stands out.
Bro, he gets that in his sleep, those kind of stats.
Tell you what, imagine if Sam wins this. That'll be filthy.
Parish with the 3.
I love how calm Walsh is when they zoom into him.
I can't see him. All right. So what's he on? Is he on 8? What's he on?
Yeah, Walsh is on 8. He's on 9. 9 votes.
With his best patch of football to come. I think the next. I think round 7 he's guaranteed for 3 votes here against the Bombers, right? So
Bombers, yeah. This
so let's go through round 7. I'm losing my shit here, mate. He's going to win the Brownlow.
Yeah, I mean, look at Walsh's numbers here: 33 touches, 6 marks, 5 tackles, 1 goal. So 4 more touches than the week before. So you would say he is cast iron for 3 votes here. Potential options as well for Jacob Weir to poll his first numbers in the comp this year. 19 touches, 11 marks, 5 tackles. He was dominant down the back. And again, 677 metres and a goal on the run from Sard. We remember we got a little bit excited when Sard played this game. But Wines, Bontempelli and Tracker, top 3.
So, yeah, let me just get where can I check? What's the leaderboard? Have you got the leaderboard there by any chance?
Yeah, so it's Wines, Tracker, Bontempelli. So 10 votes for Tracker and Bon. And then Walsh is there, 9 votes. 2 off the lead.
Oh
touching distance.
It's absolutely happening.
Mate, it's happening. I tell you. I mean, imagine this. And then because he gets so excited, Clarkson tweets, I'm going to Carlton.
Wow. Okay. People in the comments. Is that Petrarca talking? Yeah. People in the comments, talk to us about who's getting our 3 votes next game. Pom, I'm pretty sure this is another 3 vote coming up.
You would say that this is cast iron for Walsh. Walsh, like you say, he had 4 more touches in the game before and he won this game. So you would say that this is as close to a cast iron 3 votes as you can get.
Blackarat, he will win this. He's starting to get up. He's starting to believe. He's really starting to believe.
Well, I mean, there are his numbers again. Look, 33 touches, 6 marks, 5 tackles and a goal. It was a complete game from the big fella.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah. And someone asked earlier in the comments, I think it was Carl's. She asked, who's more consistent, the Bont or Walsh?
Walsh.
I think, also with us this year, and where it benefits Walsh this year, as opposed to someone like a Bont or a Clayton Oliver, is that they've got other stars who genuinely poll. Like Cripps, I think the umpires will see it. Well, so far they have anyway. He's just not polling votes, and he wasn't outstanding this year as what he has been in the past. And I really don't think there's going to be anyone that will pinch. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But where we think Walsh will get 3, where we're really confident he'll get 3, if he ends up getting 3 in all of those games, then I think we're set. What he's already done is he's already got votes where we didn't expect him or we thought he might get votes. So this is good. This is good. I've got to keep a lid on it. We're at round 7.
I mean, the thing about Walsh as well, just moving forward, is he plays that perfect game for Brownlow. The Brownlow loves people that get their own ball, work in and under the contest. But he's also added that goal kicking to him as well, which we know that the goal kicking midfielders, particularly in the last couple of years, have become real in vogue in the Brownlow voting as well. They froth for goal kicking mid. So I reckon Walsh might take this out 2 or 3 times in his career. Yep.
I hope so. Well, next year we'll be there. So there's that. Kurt has just joined membership. Thank you very much,
well done,
mate.
Curdy.
Thank you for joining the family. Those of you
I'm
who
with Petra as well here on this one. Yeah, Cottrell might steal a few votes off Walshy.
Where are we? We've got Ugur here again with the $15. Good evening, gentlemen. Go Walshy. Good evening to you, Ugur. Thanks for joining us here. It's good to have everyone here for a watch along. It's good to have people here again. Well, 2 nights in a row. We're going to have the Blue Broad show tomorrow. Hey, that's exciting. We're going to talk about Brian Cook. I'm going to get everyone's opinion on Brian Cook. I don't want to talk about it right now, but that's going to be a very big conversation. And I think we might have to cross over to AFL 360 and listen to the Clarko interview.
Just imagine if my prediction, my vision, imagine if he does, it gets announced on free. Imagine.
Oh, mate.
If it gets announced tomorrow, honestly, you won't hear from me for a week.
My fear is, I mean, we've been sucked dry of all Kool-Aid, so it just replenishes tomorrow if we get an announcement. If we get a Brownlow medalist tonight, mate, forget it.
I mean, quietly, to change the subject to something non-count related, how great is it to see Ben Cousins as well, looking healthy?
Yeah, absolutely.
What a superstar of the game.
Yeah, no, it is important. I think it's a good. I think it would be a real shame to have, lost Ben Cousins to the challenges that he is facing and will always be facing. But it is good to see him back in footy. And I think that's the beautiful part about footy, whether, one way or another, like they always do try and get their people back in. And I think Ben needs, all the love and support that he gets, provided that he does the things that he needs to do, because he's a special mate. Ben Cousins, jeez, he was something else.
Oh, mate. It was before my time, as they say, but I mean, I've seen as much as I can of him, he's someone that my pop says is one of the most greatest players he's seen play in the terms of attacking technique.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to watch him back in the day. And it's great to see him, though, just look healthy, which is the main thing. I mean, it's horrible, isn't it? It's a horrible affliction to go through, but full credit to him. And hopefully he stays healthy because, I mean, the football world's a better world with him around it.
Yep. We've got Stefano. I like say hello. My wife, she go back Italy. I happy, mano. I happy. I have my grappa now. Congratulations, Stefano. That's exciting, I think.
I don't even know what grappa is. Is it a drink?
Grappa is it's an alcoholic drink. Most wogs have them in their garage.
There we are. Look. See, look, Pom learning something.
Learning something.
Learning something.
Stuart McQuaid says, remember when Judd won his last Brownlow? Nobody thought he would poll that well. Can we repeat with Walshy? I mean, I should have had my clip ready. So I don't know if you guys remember when I was with Paul Sebastiani in the studio just before round 1 and we previewed the season. And I was like, I think Walsh is going to have a Judd-like year and win the Brownlow. And I really didn't think he'd win the Brownlow back then, but it's going to create a great piece of content when he wins tonight and it's been predicted.
You can't beat. Well, you really can't beat a stupid early bird call, can you? Really? I mean, I've made a few on this show.
Well, you throw darts and one of them sticks, right?
Well, I mean, that's my philosophy. You know what I mean? Just lob the dart. I mean, where are we now? End of round 6. I mean, it looks good, doesn't it? I mean, Wines 11, Bontrack 10, Walsh 9, Oliver, Boak, and Mundy 8.
Okay.
Mundy's another guy as well that was around there.
He is.
For an old man.
He is. I think, are they showing highlights right now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
All right.
I think you're right, Michael. If I went to the Brownlow, it could be a Fev. I've known to act like a bit of a clown on a few beers. Believe it or not. It might be a shock for some. Be good, wholesome family content.
Wow. Wines Petrarca, just for everyone who doesn't have access to the Brownlow. It's Wines with 11 votes. Petrarca and Bontempelli are tied second with 10 votes. Sam Walsh fourth with 9 votes. Mundy and Oliver and Boak equal fifth with 8 votes each. And we're expecting a 3-vote game coming up here against the Bombers. Dylan, we do not know where to watch the stream, mate. Sorry.
I'm loving that Five's hair.
What's he done with it? You got to give me a live commentary.
He's kind of got like my hairstyle, but with like a long ponytail.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, I tell you what.
As Stuart says, he's rocking the Pom haircut. Yeah. Five's copying me. He watched Blue and Pom and was like, I want to be that guy.
I'm going to be that guy. He's going to fake an accent soon.
Oh, it's goal of the year, isn't it?
Who won it?
They're just announcing it.
Okay. Who do we think in the audience? Who's winning the goal of the year?
I reckon Bon.
Yeah, that one.
It's Sarong.
Oh, he's won it?
That was a good goal, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, very much so.
It was like an Audi version of Dacos's the year before.
Yeah.
It was like if you ordered it off Wish, you'd get Sarong's goal. A little bit harsh to Caleb Sarong.
If he doesn't play for Carlton, these are the things you get, mate. These are the jabs you get.
Unfortunately, it's what you get. You got to pay the price somehow.
Yeah. So just an update, Pom. Walsh is on 9 votes right now. How far behind or ahead did you have him at this point?
Where are we? We're coming up to round 7. Where is so I had him on 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactly where he is now.
You had him on 9. Okay. And
we are on round. We've done round 6. Yeah.
We just finished round 6, and you've got him finishing on 27 votes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I was too harsh on him. I went through the first few rounds and I couldn't find a vote for him.
We know Walsh. We know Walsh is a favourite of mine, so I might have given him a couple of votes extra just because I like him.
Extras. Well, the umpires look to be on your side so far.
Well, it'd be a magical story, wouldn't it? If Walsh wins a Brownlow when we finish 13th, when we're in the 8, Walsh will win Brownlows by 40 votes.
Yeah, by default.
They'll just give him it. He'll just turn up and they'll just put it around his deck and say, "See you there."
He starts the count on 35 votes and goes backwards to see if he can lose it.
I've got to say, impressive as well that Frio are all rocking the same haircut as well.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, Josh Kelly. Do you remember Josh Kelly when, there used to be a yearly thing he was linked to a move to Victoria and then he started being crap at football?
Sorry, say that again.
Do you remember when there used to be a yearly thing Kelly was linked with a move to Victoria and then he started to get crap at football?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit harsh as well.
A little bit harsh.
He's not that bad.
It's so funny. Every year there is always that name that's coming to Victoria. It's Chera this year. He's not really a big name, though.
Nah, I was actually happy that some Carlton fan posted about Will Brodie the other day because I was like, shit, no one's mentioned Will Brodie yet.
Mm-hmm. Costa Melarchiridis saying, repping the fuck yeah Walsh blue abroad tee. If he wins this, I'm sending back and want a reprint with a Brownlow around his neck. Mate, hold on to those T-shirts because there are no more available. They were a very much a limited time offer. So, Petra, if we are making finals, the votes will be more evenly distributed. We will have more depth. Yeah, that's an interesting case to make there. What wine do you guys drink in these kind of events? I'm generally a red wine drinker at these kind of events, but I haven't prepared myself tonight. I'll be on the waters.
I don't drink wine.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. The votes. We're hoping for the 3 votes here, guys.
Tell you what, there's some great tackles looking back at this game. I can't believe Eddie got stiffed on the mark of the year.
Yeah.
I remember
the
that.
suspense. The suspense. Here we go. Ed?
There it is.
There's a 3. Okay.
That was the worst kept secret in football,
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, that was a lock. That was very much a lock. Wow.
We should have got a live. We should have got a live cross to Black Karat every time we get 3, just to see if he started to spend his money yet.
We should. So round 8 highlights are up. Pom, give us a recap. What are we looking at here in round 8? What's happening? What can we expect?
Yeah, so round 8. Remember the 16-point loss to the Doggies. We fell just short of where we expected to be, but we had some good games. There was some good performances from some of our boys. So we had Doc here, 31 touches, 9 marks, 850 meters gained. That may come to the floor. Obviously, our Walshy, 5 marks, 5 tackles, 5 clearances, and 24. A lot of work in and under the umpire's nose. And Jacob Wheater in 23 touches, 13 marks, and 490. So another player that may get a look in. A look in when they do the votes.
So we're not expecting necessarily a vote here, but if we get one, it just adds up and it's an extra. So I think he's counting them now. Let's listen in. Come on, just one vote. One vote.
Surprised that De Goey got 3 votes of this game against North, though.
Yeah, and not against us.
Yeah, and he was... to be fair to him, he took the piss.
Mackay won. Okay.
It was always going to be tough.
It was always going to be tough. Harry got a vote for that game? I'm trying to remember how he went that day.
He went all right, didn't he? He kicked, was it 4 goals that game?
Yeah,
Maybe
that was round 8. Okay.
Against the Dodgers?
I remember giving him an 8 for player ratings, and Betts and Wiedering got the 10s on that day. So interesting. All right. Okay. So a vote, as we didn't expect in round 8. But that's okay. I think we had a very poor game the next game.
Yeah, well, we played Melbourne, didn't we? So we went down by 26. It wasn't a great game. So, I mean, looking at the players, though, we did, again, it was a midfielder's game. So 27 touches, 10 tackles from Cripper. He had a strong game. Dot, 27 touches and 6 tackles. He had to work hard that day. This guy, though, is a chance, Sam Walsh, in round 9. 30 touches, 9 marks, 5 tackles, and a staggering 533 metres gained. He was everywhere. So he will fancy himself to Paul in this one. He will fancy himself to Paul.
Yeah. Was this a game where, because from memory, I mean, we were just beaten structurally by the D's, and I don't remember. I mean, I could be wrong. I could have it wrong in my head, but I don't remember like a certain player having a dominant game for them where it was outstanding. Who are we expecting on the Demon side of things? Because I got a feeling Walsh could steal one here.
Well, you see, I've got him polling 2 in this one.
Okay,
I had him polling 2 in this one just purely because he lost. I think if you did this all being fair and it was just a standard, no one won, no one lost, who do we vote for? I think you would say that Walsh won, but that does come into it, unfortunately, in them losses, particularly Melbourne are a team that are friendly. I think Oliver will get the 3, Walsh will get the 2.
Okay, yep. Well, if we have a situation like we did, what game earlier, he just polled a 3-vote game without us expecting it. Oh, the Brisbane game.
So Brisbane, sorry, yeah.
So if he can poll 3 votes there, I think he could maybe do something here. But that Melbourne game, yeah, that was from a Carlton point of view. I think Cunningham did his ACL in that game. We lost him very early in the game. The sub came on pretty early, and we never really got into it, really.
Oh, it was one of them games where it was like promised so much, delivered nothing, which would be the tagline for Carlton's 2021, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, just going back through, like the Brisbane game, Carlton did their best player on the ground, who's was the odds on for 3 votes, was Hugh McCluggage. And again, if you look at his heat map, he spent it all on the wing. So Paul McCluggage was left out. But the problem is here, the main man, Clary Oliver, was on the ball as well and doing his business. And was voted best on ground by the AFL's website, voted best on ground by the coaches. So 2 votes, I would say, a lock for Walsh. Chance of a 3.
We'll take 2. And if he gets the 3 votes, we know that he's winning the Brownlow.
If he gets 3 votes, honestly, start spending the money, Black, mate. Start spending it.
Let's just get it up. Actually, maybe we won't get it up until halfway through. We'll see how we're going. I don't want to jinx it. I'm just enjoying. I'm sure he is as well. We're just enjoying it while we're here.
Mate, it's a great punt, to be fair to him. Like Mackay, Walsh, double. I love it.
Yeah. Well, it's the most responsible gambling you could see, really.
Oh, it's fun. It was a fun bet.
Yeah, just like
and I hope it goes to him.
I hope so too, because he deserves it. He's a great dude. He's a great dude. So what happens next, mate?
Well, I mean, I've got this. Walsh has got a potential for a vote round 12. Obviously, round 13 we had the bye. But from then, I've got him polling in every game bar 3.
So I've just got your graph up with your percentages. Now, just for the audience who have maybe joined a little later, what are these percentages from? Where are you getting this data from?
So it's just the chances of voting for 3 votes. So it's basically for the 3 votes, your percentile. So you can see from now, really, apart from round 14, round 19, and round 23, that's meant to be red. For some reason, I missed that. But you can see he's pretty much a high likelihood of polling 3 nearly every game. So going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. He should be able to lock this away. He should be able to, from round 15, we should see a lot of 3s from Sam Walsh. And he's got an outside chance after this round of if he can poll here, he's got 3 votes here. He's going to feel really good from round 15 onwards.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you're spot on. I think once we get past round 9, which is where we're at now after the Melbourne game, we really do begin with him. So there's going to be a bit of excitement happening. Let's have a look. Let's have a look in the comments. Here we go. Patrick Terry. If he wins the Brownlow, his next contract has to be better than Cripps. Yeah, his trajectory, he's a hot property. He's a hot ticket.
Oh, he's easily the best player on Carlton's list by a long way. By a long way.
Sebastian, Walsh will probably get 1 or 2 against Melbourne and another 1 or 2 against Hawthorn because of Mitchell's lazy 44 disposals. Well, that's going to be a good one because we'll find out. I mean, it looks like Walsh has caught their eye already in this part of the season, and he hasn't really hit his stride just yet. So I think it's positive from that sense. I think he's right where we need him to be.
Oh, I mean, the wonderful thing about Walsh, though, is he plays that game that really it catches the eye. It just catches the eye of certain players are going to poll well. And Walsh's game, he gets a lot of the ball, gets enough contested ball, and he's always in and under that umpire's nose. And that's all you've got to do in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's right. What are your thoughts on, I mean, it happens every year. We get... A few years ago, we had the breakout year for Ruckman. We had, Grundy and Max Gawn who had really good years. How, it's a midfielder's award. We get that. It's one of those positions where you're around the ball a lot more often. Do you ever see a way where the forward or the defender even could potentially get a Brownlow medal?
I think you're obviously the modern day halfback flank. You look at Rory Laird, who roams heavily through the midfield. You might cheat and get one that way. I think the way it's done, though, you've got to think of the way the umpires are positioned. More umpires are around midfielders than they are anyone else. Unless we get someone go full locket on the game, like, do you know what I mean, and kicks 12 a game, probably hard. I think you might, with the more ruckman becoming extra midfielders, there's probably always a potential of that. Max Gorn's game does catch the eye. It just doesn't seem to poll very well.
Yeah.
And tough, because, I mean, it's one of them arguments, isn't it? The best and fairest. It's not really the best and fairest, is it?
No, it's more. Not.
It's more the most liked by the umpires.
Yes,
and
which
fairest.
Is where it's a little flawed. Which is why I think it's good that they've got the Coaches Association Award and the AFL Players MVP Award as well. I think it's a good one. I think I don't know. I guess this is the Umpires Award. Yeah, it's funny how it's held in such high regard and we get such coverage around it. But if you speak to the players, they will look at the MVP or the Coaches Association Award as a real special honor.
I think it's it's super exciting. It's super exciting for a foreigner of a fairly newbie, 11 years involved in this game of watching it. I think it's a super exciting award, though. Like, I get excited about it. Like, I find it weird how you can get excited by watching some posh bloke say 1, 2, 3, but I froth it, like, because there's nothing like this in any other sport.
True. Yeah, very true. A round by round account. Yeah, I do like the form. I do like that.
I love it. I mean, we have nothing like this in the round ball game. Like, we've got the Fifth Pro and we've got the Ballon d'Or and things like that, but there's nothing that's like voted like this that is exciting. I mean, they do milk the Ballon d'Or, though. They do milk it, but they do. And that's mainly because a lot of the people that are in charge of FIFA are French, and the French love a waffle. So, but yeah, so it's good.
So they've just done a tribute to the retiree, from what I can see. We lose Mark Murphy, Eddie Betts, and Levi Casbolt through retirement. It really is. I think we won't talk about it until round 1, but it's a completely new era, and it really is solidified with, not seeing the likes of Murphy and Betts in there, and obviously Casbolt too. Betts obviously left the club.
We might still see Casbolt. Remember, he isn't officially retired. He's officially delisted.
Okay.
So you may see Levi. I mean, there's rumours he's going to Gold Coast, isn't there? That there's rumours there. So you can bet your ass to a barn dance he kicks 10 against us.
Okay.
Gives Wheater in a bath out of nowhere. And we're like, what the hell's happened?
Where's
I
that
can
be?
predict it now. We do the preview show on a Monday, and I'm like, Wheater in a towel, Casbolt up.
Oh, dear. All right. So, just to get this up again, this is what we're kicking on. Black Arat, a very responsible bet at the start of the year. Harry Mackay for the Coleman into Sam Walsh for the Brownlow. He was paying $85 at the time of this. So we're kicking this home. I'm not sure if he's in the audience right now, but I'd love to know what he's doing with it when he wins it.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a few cheeky tequilas in there.
Oh, you'd bloody hope so. I dare say he'd be back in Melbourne. He'd find his way to Melbourne. Actually, maybe hold off on that. Just wait until everything's opened up. But I dare say, I mean, if it was me, I'd be going the other way. I'd be out of the country. See you later.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because just there's not much to do, is there? I mean, it's a weird thing, isn't it, at the moment? Melbourne. Being in Melbourne, it's a weird, surreal experience, but good fun.
I guess today we did get, something to look forward to. So that's the main thing. And it's all really about setting up for next year and making sure we're at the footy. And we can't live life not at the footy. It's not like it's not negotiable almost.
Hopefully this time next year it's gone.
Otherwise, I'm going up and up on the sunny coast. Gavin saying here, move up here. The weather, the life, the vibes. It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I think what cuts me, I don't know if anyone watches the EPL, but I think that breaks me the most that the Poms are getting smashed with COVID,
Yeah.
but there's 80,000 of them there at the game.
Yeah.
And in
Wow.
pubs. I miss the pub more than anything.
The pre-game drink?
Yeah, like just going for a beverage sounds good.
Yeah. I need the volume up. All right. Highlights are coming up.
Round 9.
Round 9. We're looking to steal a vote here, ladies and gents. We are looking to steal a vote.
There he is. Look at them numbers from Walshy. 30 touches, 9 marks, 5 tackles, 533 metres gained. He's begging for the votes.
Yep.
Come on, Walshy.
Blue bagger in Vietnam. Walshy doubled the votes of the AFL predictor after round 8. This is the energy we're looking for.
That's
all
it.
Right.
Positive energy.
Here we go. Jazza Lions.
He loves it, doesn't he? A bit linesy.
Good player.
Get in.
Huge. Huge.
There you are.
Wow.
Like you said, the man got big numbers, big boy numbers.
Wow. Hey, the precedent has been set, man. They've clearly stood out to them early in the season. Like he's getting votes where, well, maybe you were expecting, but this is good. This is good. All right.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, round 9, I thought he might sneak 2 there. So, I mean, that's good news for him. Like, I haven't got him polling now till round 12.
Okay.
But, I mean, there is a few. You never know from here. You never know from here. He potentially could poll more.
Yeah. I think, like we said, I mean, here we go. We've just finished round 9. Sorry. Yeah, we just finished round 9. Well, round 10, he was good. He was very
sorry.
good.
I haven't got him polling after this round here till round 12.
Okay.
So if he can poll from the Sydney game and the Eagles game as well, there's some extra votes we've got for him.
Let's talk about round 10. Talk to us about who's coming up. Who were the candidates for votes for us? As I try and just keep a lid on it.
Well, I mean, you've got Big Zach Williams here. He had a decent game, 26 disposals, 2 tackles, 4 marks, and a goal. Docky, 533 metres gained, 6 marks, 26 touches. But then our boy, 1 goal, 6 marks, 4 tackles, 30 touches. He's polled 3 in a losing effort for less than that. So he'll be looking at this and saying, surely I've got the 3.
All right, let's listen in.
Come on, Walshy.
Come on, get the 3. Get the 3. Come on. Parish polling well. Here we go. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
He's there.
It's happening.
He's there all the time.
It's happening. It's happening. Come on.
He's there all the time.
I can't sit still. So what's he on? Give us a recap, Pom. What's he on?
So well, I mean, he's what on now? What's that? +3 to that. Let's just have a quick look. 16 votes. So he's killing it. He's killing it.
16 votes.
He's well over. He's well over par for winning a Brownlow.
He's going to win the Brownlow.
Well, I mean, this next round as well is interesting because it's the Sydney game. So the Sydney game, Carlton obviously lost it, but you've got to remember Walsh has got a nasty habit for people trying to win the Brownlow of sneaking votes in losing efforts, which is fair play to him. I mean, you look at Walsh's numbers, round 11, let's have a sneaky preview. He had 33 touches, 3 marks, 3 tackles, and a staggering 8 clearances. So he lived on the ball this day, and a bit more than the Port and the Brisbane game, where he got the votes when in a losing effort. So he is a chance. I didn't have him polling in this game, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, you mentioned before about these stat lines being if you add a goal in there, these are the general kind of stat lines you look at for people to get the votes.
Yeah, you're always looking for something that they're doing a lot around the ball. So predominantly, that's why it's a midfielders award. Disposals are really important. We find contested possessions are really important. Tackles, particularly clearances, are a sneaky one. And if you go back to Cripps having a phenomenal round a couple of years ago, having that real bumper patch, particularly in the middle of the year, it was the clearances that got him it, because obviously that's something that you've got to remember will stand out in an umpire's mind. Yep. He got his boot to the ball. So potential here, a chance for 1 vote. So, I mean, you look at this round as well, though, there is a few players that did things that the umpires do take notice of, particularly in losing efforts. Another guy that did very well was Cripper, who had the 3 goals, if you remember, from midfield as well. 27 touches.
I think I remember him missing an easy one early, but kicking a couple of hard ones.
Well, I do remember this is the game as well that you and me flung the 30 touches, 1 goal. Cripps came back into our random predictions.
Yeah.
Always a risk. And I remember going, yeah, that'll be right. He didn't get 30 touches and he kicks 3 goals. Classic Cripps. I mean, he did the hard bit.
He did. But yeah, from memory, trying to rehash it all, Cripps was our best on this day. By the stats,
I think Cripps was our best. I think if you were voting, Cripps, Mackay would be up there. Walsh again, though, you've got to remember that the Brownlow doesn't follow logic. When you're getting over 30 touches, you are always a chance. Always a chance.
Yep, that's true.
And you've got to remember, he got 3 votes against Brisbane with less touches and less body of work. So this game here is far superior to his Brisbane game, particularly with what he did on the ball. I mean, that's an important one. You look at the 8 clearances. He was doing things under maximum umpire's eyes. But Cripper does the same thing, 6 clearances and then 3 goals. May take away from Walsh.
we're hoping that by this point in the season, the umpires have just completely fallen in love with Walshy and forgotten about Cripps, which might work against him because he was pretty good this game. But okay, so Cripps, Walsh, and Mackay. Did you say were the others?
Yeah,
to have
Mackay
a look at?
definitely as well with his 3 goals, maybe with a chance. I mean, Isaac Heaney, you would say, would be the favourite for 3 Brownlow votes here. If you were a betting man, you would say he would be where the smart money is. But Walsh was phenomenal in that Brisbane game. And he did well, didn't he?
He sure did. he sure did.
He got the 3 votes, did Mr. Walsh, didn't he? So,
all right.
But if we can sneak a couple of votes here, these were the only 2 rounds. I haven't got him Paul in round 10.
Yeah,
I mean round 11.
You've got him,
round 11.
Here we go. All right, let's tune in and have a look or a listen. Cripps got him. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, them 3 goals, man.
Yeah.
Oh, if you kick more than 2 goals as a mid, you are a lock for a vote. You are a lock for a vote. And that's where Walsh, there's a great hope for Walsh because he does it all the time.
Yeah. No, that's true. Guys, we cannot turn the volume up of the Brownlow because it's not allowed. The idea is to watch this while you're watching the count so you can have us with you. That's the idea of this. It's not so we can give you the actual stream of the votes. We're just reacting as they happen. So apologies for that, but we cannot show you the stream. Damn it.
Tell you what, I've got to say, Big Jack Steele, he's a big unit, isn't he, when you look at him?
Mm.
He looks like James Bond.
Oh, he's a very well-proportioned
boy.
Yeah, he's a good-looking lad. Nice hair. Jawline, got it all, mate. Plays footy the right way too.
So some people have it. Oh, bastards!
Then there's us.
you know, Ollie Wines looks like he's made out of Lego.
Yeah, good dude as well. Good dude.
I'm sure
all right.
Is.
So we've finished round 11. So we're halfway. Let's talk about round 12 and what are our chances and what are we looking for here in round 12.
Well, I mean, round 12, we remember it was the Eagles game. They were injury ravaged. I think everyone at this stage was like guaranteed 4 points to Carlton. And we had a nightmare. But good news is there was 2 standouts for the Carlton Football Club. And one of them is our boy, Walshy. Let's bring him up. Can you guys see that?
Yep. Round 12.
There we are. 30 touches, 11 marks, 4 tackles, and there it is, the magical G word, a goal. There is a chance here for him to Paul. Now, personally, I didn't have him getting a vote here. I think Nick Nat, Dom Sheed, Ryan did well. I think the genuinely as well, the AFL umpires love a feel-good story. They buy into it. And if you remember, they were injury ravaged. But Liam Jones had the 4 goals. Dom Sheed had 32 touches. Gaff had 30 touches, 6 clearances. Nick Natanui was pretty much on his own in the ruck for this game. He gave Pitternet a bath. So, but Walsh is a chance. Walsh is a chance. Them 30 touches, the goal. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. So I wouldn't be surprised for him to pull the one.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, with the Brisbane game, I wouldn't be surprised with him to get 2 or 3. I mean, he could get the 2 here.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's tune in and see how we go.
I mean, if he gets 2 here, he's won the Brownlow.
Lock it in.
Lock. Just sign it off. Come on, boys. Nice to have the Arctic Monkeys, a band from my neck of the woods, as the background music.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gents. We're wanting a 1 or a 2 here. We want to steal a vote or 2 here. 2 votes, and he's basically got it around his neck.
Oh, he gets 2 votes. It's done.
No votes.
Corrupt. Skill.
Okay.
Skill.
Start the conspiracy theories, guys. Let's
Skill.
begin.
Skill. Robbery. I'm not surprised, though. Like I said, I didn't have him polling that purely because you do find the AFL does cheat. And it does. They do seem to buy in to a feel-good story. They really do buy into a feel-good story. The umpires know, oh, they've got no players. They're in. Oh, my God, they won. And so it doesn't surprise me. But it is one of them things, isn't it?
It is one of them things.
We are coming now, though, after the bye. This is where Walsh was banter. I mean, I am surprised Cripps got the 1 vote, to be fair. I'm not surprised by Dom Sheed and Ryan featuring, but...
So we've got round 13, which was actually a complete bye. We didn't watch any footy. And to be honest, I'm not really looking forward because I know what happens in round 14 against the Giants, so we don't have to worry about that game either. Generally, though, Pom, for those, let's have a look at the leaderboard. Well, let's see if we can get a leaderboard going. Let's talk a little bit more about just high level. What are you thinking? Like, anyone surprising you in the count?
Well, I mean, what is surprising me is Parrish is joint freaking leader of the Brownlow. Oh, fuck me. Why do I make these bets? When will I learn? When will I learn? But, I mean, what we're looking at now is it's a real tight medal count, to be fair, and Parrish probably surprised many. I'm just looking where I've got Parrish. I do have Parrish finishing on 26, so I don't think he pulls much from here on in.
Okay.
So he kind of had a bit of a quiet patch towards the last 4, so I'm hoping I'm right. But Walsh, this is where Walsh was killing it, wasn't he? Walsh was absolutely killing it at this stage. And I've got a feeling that we should be okay from here on in. I think Walsh, if he can get... I've got him getting max votes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got him getting 2 votes once, and a 1 vote. So if he can convert them into 2s or 3s, I reckon you might have a new Brownlow medalist. Problem is, his Bond had a good back end of the year, so did Oliver.
So the others. They did. All right, they're reading out some of the votes.
Should be interesting. I'll give you a recap at the end of the round 13 when they've done it.
Yep.
Josh Kelly's finally polled votes, so just notice that.
He's off the board.
I like the way that they're already doing a slow vote count. It's round 13, bro.
Yeah. Well, they're saying 9:30 they'd have the medal around the winner's neck. I don't know about that.
Well, Degoe.
Alrighty. Let's see how everyone's going in the audience. Gavin here is looking at a Bont, Oliver Walsh box trifecta.
Oh, I love that. I like that.
Yes. The leaderboard. Nabil, the leaderboard. Sure. What's the leaderboard, Pom?
Well, you've got Bonapelli 21, Clayton Oliver 20, Parrish 20, Wines 17, Sam Walsh 5th 16. So here you are, and obviously remember Wines has polled during the bye, so we've got Walsh's bye to come now. So if you can poll a vote here, we're killing it.
Kane, why are you not saying the votes as they happen? That is something I would be happy to give off to Gil to do. It's not something I would enjoy doing. We're just here reacting to the moments as they happen. It's just a watch along. We're just sort of recapping, looking ahead at the rounds as they come, and then recapping the votes as they do come in as well. We've had a little bit of a quiet patch with the last few rounds. We're hoping to steal a vote or two here for Walshy, but I think he's generally on track to where we thought he would be votes-wise.
Well, where are we now? We're at round, 14?
14.
So at this stage, yeah, he's there's not too many surprises. Obviously, that 3 votes with Brisbane was a bit of a surprise. But I'd expect now from round 14, this is where we want to see Walsh start to fly. We want to see him start to fly from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got him polling max votes 15, 16, 17 and 18. Yep. So we should be getting a lot of Walsh.
Well, let's look ahead to round 14. I can tell you exactly what happens here. I think if anyone, Matt Kennedy might jag a vote, but we were woeful. The week after the bye, we played GWS away. It was cold. 12 players didn't lay a tackle in the first half. Anyway, I'm just recounting my my pain. Pom, what are you looking at here for round 14?
Well, I reckon you've got more chance of Darcy Parish winning the Brownlow than you have of Carlton winning a vote here.
Okay.
Not much went on really for Carlton. Matty Kennedy, like you say, he battled hard. 8 marks, 4 tackles, 5 clearances. He worked his little tush off. 3 goals, 2 behinds for Harry as well. He fought bravely towards the end. Cripper again as well. He may be in a reckoning as well for the umpires. But really, like you say, it was a dog-awful day, wasn't it, where really they were in control all game.
Mm-hmm. I still remember.
I'd expect Hopper to feature here, Whitfield. I think Finlayson will probably, and Green will definitely be in the votes as well. Finlayson had 5 goals. Green took the piss. I won't be surprised, though, to see Kennedy may get 1 vote, but I don't think he'll. I can't see them coming with Carlton.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think Toby Green started pretty well. He kicked that torpedo goal on the quarter time siren, and they just had us all game. So for us watching, we're going to have to just sit tight because we're not getting anything here on the Walsh front. But from round 14 onwards, it gets very, very exciting, and we're looking forward to quite a few 3-vote games.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd be very surprised if Walsh doesn't max poll 15, 16, 17, 18. He was by far our best player in this patchy period. Like, if you remember this period, this was where we were all getting up and about that we had Sam Walsh.
Sammy Walshy, we've got Sammy Walshy.
I remember this period as well. For those who do the Carlton watch-alongs with me and watch it, like I might have bored everyone with he's the best in the league, Sam Walsh chant. I think that got a run out like almost on repeat from round 15 to round 18. So the 3 votes should be coming Walsh's way. I reckon Bam Bam may poll as well in this next patch of games from there. I've got JSOS as well towards the end of the year as well. So we should get a few Carlton picks.
Well, Matt Kennedy, when he does play well, he does have that type of game that you were talking about earlier that does catch the eye.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, he does a lot of the basics. Like, you've got to remember Cripps polled really well that year playing a similar Kennedy game. So it's not always the most classiest footballer wins it.
Yep.
You can look at the workhorses from them.
No, that's fair.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be an interesting thing. It's going to be after this round, this miserable round for Carlton, we should have votes galore for Walsh. Only problem, and now what we've got to hope as well is that his rivals, Clary, Bontempelli, they have very good players around them. Even Ollie Wines has very good players around them. So we're hoping that these two really steal them. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
They steal votes off each other, and he should be fine from there.
My worry ultimately at the end will be the last 2 rounds. It's going to come down to the wire, but I don't think we're getting any votes in the last 2 rounds.
Oh, the last 2 rounds we were very poor. I think Walsh may be a chance of maybe a sultry vote in round 23.
Okay.
But I would be very surprised. So he's just got to really hope to go max from here.
I love this. Carlton against West Coast. Cripps had 22 disposals with 1 vote. Walsh had 30 disposals and a goal with no votes. Yeah, look, there's inconsistencies everywhere. I don't think any of us expected Walsh to poll the 3 votes in that Brisbane game earlier in the year. So I guess he's evened out now. And yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, it's like I said, I thought Walsh was the smoky for a vote in that game. It's how the umpires see it. We know Cripper is a darling of the umpires, unfortunately. For Cripps, unfortunately for Walsh, he is a bit of a darling of the umpires.
Yeah, I'm trying to find what's Cripps on right now. Who's leading the Carlton Brownlow? I think Walsh is obviously leading, but Cripps would be second, I think.
Tell you what, let me
see what we can find. Or if anyone in the audience can help us out, can somebody get us the top 3 or 4 Carlton players for Brownlow votes?
Let me log in.
I'm going to put a little something here for everyone. Scrolling across the bottom. These are the votes. These are the votes.
Look at you.
Oh, nice and quickly. Little bit of a copy-paste job.
Right, here we are. So I've got Cripps 5 votes, if that helps anyone.
Okay. I had a look at Cripps to win the Carlton votes without Walsh.
Let's have a look. So, you see, I had second place. I thought you might see old mate Ed Kerno. I thought Ed Kerno might get it. I think
he's just not very much like with the fans. He's just not a guy that stands out a lot. He's a little, and that's why we say he's so underrated. You know.
Oh, definitely. He's one of the most underrated footballers, I think, around, and it's sad. It's sad, really, but I mean that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? In professional football, I think there'll probably be I wonder if there's players like that at other clubs, that are underrated by everyone else. It would be interesting to speak to some of it if there is any other clubs fans in the group.
I think. What's that?
I was going to say, much love to you, Kev. No dramas, mate. I hope you're staying safe, my friend.
Is that Kev's Magpies?
Big Kev Magpies.
Love it. Loves it.
I gave him no votes, George. I'd be very surprised if Plowman gets a vote. I do appreciate you, though, in every watch along, because you bring out the 2-year-old in me that I laugh when you call him Pooman.
Just want to say,
child.
I do want to say congratulations to Travis Boak here for winning the Jim Steins Award because he's a A-grade quality human.
You're a big fan, aren't you, of
Big fan of Port, big fan of Boakey. I cop a lot of stick for it too. But welcome to 2021. Welcome to the new world. If you're not getting roasted for something, are you really living?
Well, I mean, doing this caper, you do open yourself up to a bit of abuse.
You must. All right, here we go. Hopper. Finlayson. Toby Green. All right. To be expected.
Here you are. Look, I've done something for. Tell you what, I am working frantically overtime for our lovely audience here.
What do you got here? By the way, guys, this is all done off the cuff. We are presenting and producing in the background as we go. It's quite the experience, I must say.
Tell you what, people ask for stuff in the audience, and Tom's here just trying to provide for you. So here you are, end of the round.
Yep.
I'll update this. So hard. Tell you what, ladies and gents, I'm going to send an invoice into Gil. Be like, just because you couldn't let everyone watch it for free, I had to do your job. That's the Carlton live vote counts there. So we've got Walsh 16, Cripps 5, Mackay 5, Ed 2, Doc 2, and Wheaters 1. So that is the live Carlton votes.
You're a genius, Pom. Well done. Very well done. Can we get that up one more time?
Oh, dear.
Oh, was that? Oh, sorry. I just want to watch that one more time. Okay. Okay. This is good.
They are.
So round 15. Hey, we get serious now. The votes start coming in. What have we got to look forward to?
Well, I mean, it's a lock here for Walsh. Sam Walsh. He got 38 touches, 7 marks, 4 tackles. 3 votes, Walsh.
Easy done. All right.
It's all right, Blue, Black and Vietnam. I aim to please, mate. I aim to please. It's what I'm all about. For my bet as well, I've got a bit on Guthrie. He's 13th at the moment. I'm hoping this is where Guthrie goes off. I had him going off back half of the year.
Boak again. Here we go. Jones. Ben Keys.
They are never a doubt. Never a doubt. Never a doubt from the big Walshy.
The Bont. All right, so we get the 3, and that's really the first of 4 matches in a row. We expect him to get the 3 votes. Is that right?
Yeah, he should get the 3 votes, we'd imagine now, for the next minimum 3 ones. So that takes, let's have a look where that takes him. So here we are. This is the live leaderboard for you.
Wow, Pom.
Why is nothing? Can you bring capture 2 up? It won't let me do it.
I'll do it. All right, stand by. Capture 2. Here we go. All right, ladies and gents, bear with us. Okay. Bont's on 27. This is what I was saying earlier. Like, wow. Okay. That's great.
And there's and there's just the Carlton only votes.
All right, I'll get them up. So this is where we are from a Carlton point of view, guys. At the end of round 15, Walsh is on 19. Cripper and Mackay are tied on 5. Ed Curnow and Doc 2 each. Liam Jones 1. Good to see the defenders get a vote. Shout out to the defenders.
Oh, spot on. I mean, they don't often get the love probably they deserve.
Yep.
But it's one of them things, isn't it? I mean, it's heartbreaking for them, but they just probably don't get enough love, I don't think. But
yeah,
it's good to see. I mean, he gets a lot of the ball.
Well, that's the one thing about his year this year. He seemed to be a little bit more offensive, and I think that's part of what we're going to need to have from him to unlock him a bit more, because we know the interceptability is there. We know that the ability to read the ball in the air is there, and that's the challenge. And I saw a discussion online today about getting another like proper experienced lockdown defender to help us unlock Liam Jones. So who knows? Again, we need a coach, so we don't know what the philosophy is just yet.
Oh, spot on. I mean, yeah, it was something that I think you definitely got to look at. That for Jones to do what he does now, a lot of the other teams have that old school mentality of a lockdown fullback, and then they play Jones in a third roaming intercept position. So, I mean, it depends what the new coach wants to do. If he wants to play a modern game, you'd probably argue he's got to. They've got to start doing that. Yeah,
very true. Very true.
He speaks so well, Walshy.
I've missed it. I'm seeing people here in the comments saying that he spoke, but I missed it. So let's look ahead. Round 16. What happens here? Who do we play and what happens?
Yep. So round 16, as we know, Carlton. We ended up playing Fremantle, and we love playing them. And let's have a look at Walshy's game. Walshy, 1 goal, 8 tackles, 8 marks, 25 touches. So I've got him polling 3 here. I think he will do as well. Cripper would be his threat here, but I think Walsh was absolutely brilliant. And I also think the kick in the last minute goal as well might just ring in the head, resonate with it. So.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that was the last win that the fans got to experience. I remember the stress. I was sitting with Joe Adama was with me, my brother, my sister, my brother-in-law. I think my housemate was there too. I can't remember. Anyway, and I think I met Josh White that night, who I saw him in the comments. Josh White, I think you were there that night. And we just did a Carlton People episode, which was good. But, I think that the game-sealing goal gets him to 3.
Yeah, I mean, his threats would probably come from Brayshaw might do. But, I mean, Brayshaw, they've lost a few times and he's had numbers similar to what he's got. And he hasn't actually polled. So I'd be surprised to see Brayshaw poll. You could make an argument for Darcy, but he's a ruckman and he plays horrible ruck work as well. As a ruckman, it's not pretty. So I think Walsh would fancy himself here. I think 2 of the 3 votes will come from Carlton on this one. If you held a gun to my head, I would say 3 Walsh, 2 Brayshaw, 1 Cripps.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like it.
Let's find out. I'm loving Bailey Smith's hair, by the way.
What's he done with it? Or just in general?
It's that long-ass mullet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about it.
I mean, let's do Dan getting a picture of Darcy Parish's mum watch. Thankfully, Parish is 7 behind. So thank you, Marcus Bontempelli, for saving Uncle Pom.
Just for those who are in the comments who are asking for a live count, this is where we're at after round 15. Bontempelli on 20. Mate, this is ridiculous. I remember when getting 30 votes locked you in for a Brownlow medal.
Tell you as well, I mean, what is interesting as well is McRae is miles behind. Like we said at the start about taking votes, Oliver and Petrarca, there's a huge gap between them, 9 votes. And there's 17, though, between Bontempelli. And it just shows you them goal kicking. The goal kicking mids is the shift in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's been one of the shifts, the patterns that we've noticed in it. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, I mean, Gawn is right in the mix for that top 10 as well. So it's not like he's not polling. If he can get anything close to 17, 18, that's a pretty good result considering Petrarca's there and Oliver's right there at the top.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting because we're right at that stage now. This was the purple patch of Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
The purple patch of Mr. Walsh. I had him 3 here, 3 next round, 3 round 18. So we should see him really take a bit of ground from Bontempelli. But the problem is Bontempelli polls in the same ones I've got him. I've got him polled in 3 all of them. Yeah. Apart from round 18, where I think McRae may sneak him. But we're hoping for McRae to do us a favour here and steal some votes. That's what we want. We want McRae to do us a favour and steal some votes off his captain.
Well, to be fair, he does as much as he can. He just gets 35 possessions in his sleep.
Well, we want it a bit more. We want it. Hopefully, the umpires want the story.
Well, Bont's just got this aura about him, the way he plays as well. And especially this year when you add the goal kicking, and he definitely dialed it up a level this year. There's no doubt about that. And, for a guy who's already popular with the umpires as it is, when he's improving and it's noticeable, and they started hot the doggies as well. So they were right in the umpire's eyes.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's one of them beautiful things as well. I mean, Bont plays that game, especially with his goal kicking, particularly towards the end as well. Bont started to float just a little bit more forward, which I think is huge because that's going to help him poll them votes because it's going to really keep him in the peripheral of the umpire's mind. And goal kicking mids, it's the new norm for the AFL voting system.
It is. We demand so much of our midfielders. Once they amass 30 possessions a game, it's not good enough. They need to be kicking goals and yeah.
Tell you what, there were some phenomenal marks. You forget about them as the season finishes.
You really do.
Tell you what, they need to speed this up as well because I mean the real news is CR7 plays at 11 o'clock.
Someone's asking for us to become United Abroad for the United game tonight.
United Abroad, watching a bit of CR7. There's your mate, Nick Nat.
There he is. I'll trust your word for it that's what's on the screen. Who is winning Mark of the Year, by the way, guys? Pom, who you got? And those in the audience, who's winning it?
It's a tough one. I mean, I think Shai Bolton surely is a chance.
There he is. Yep. I think he just won it. Shai Bolton just won Mark of the Year. Yeah. To be fair, I really like the Shai Bolton mark.
Who were they going on about? Who did they want? Who did Harry want?
He was looking at Jack Revolt. Who was the other one? Tim O'Brien. Oh yeah, Tim O'Brien's was good. Yeah, Tim O'Brien's was good.
I think when you land on 2 feet, though, I think it gives you bonus points.
I think so too. Well, let's be honest. The AFL don't have a good track record of getting the right winner for Mark of the Year. So who knows? Maybe Jack Revolt's mark will become the next mark of the decade.
I think it's one of them things, though, isn't it? I think if you get off your feet and you land on your feet, I do think it gives you the brownie points.
There is an aesthetic to it. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's so hard to do, but I mean, then again, Walker landed on his feet.
Walker did land on his feet. Walker's still he's still in the air, to be honest, to be fair. He hasn't come down yet.
Well, okay, there's probably a caveat. If you play for Carlton, don't matter if you land on your feet, walk on water, you don't get it.
It's the conspiracy, bro. It is the conspiracy. So we're moving on to round 16. We're expecting, is that right? Or did we just do 16?
Where are we now? Yeah, it's round 16 now.
Round 16 coming up. So just give us a recap again. What are we looking at for round 16?
Walsh
He's got the magic
3
goal here with the game sealing goal.
Yeah, Walsh 3, 2 votes, Mr. I reckon Brayshaw will probably snag the 2, and I reckon 1 vote Cripps, and I reckon we move on with our lives.
And we move on with our lives, and I just
we're hoping McRae sneaks. Hopefully McRae maybe sweet talks the umpires at some point and just snakes them. I mean, he's got a chance here because McRae and Liberatore were phenomenal in this game from memory against North.
Mm-hmm.
So he might steal some off Bond. We want him to steal them from Bond. We're a McRae fan for the next 2 rounds.
For the next 2 rounds only, then we're back to Bond. Ben said, brilliant. So we know we're getting 3 votes here. We know we're getting 3 votes against Collingwood. And it's all going to be about, does he get the 3 votes against Geelong?
Well, I mean, this was purple patch. What is it, Walsh?
Yeah, this is right in the thick of his stamp on the season. It's now. Here we go.
I agree with you, Douglas. They have dragged it out this year for a Skype version of the Brownlow. That goal, man.
Okay.
I remember going absolutely fucking mental when he did that as well.
Doggies. Cody Waitman. There you go. No Bont votes there. Dow. Oh. Darcy got the 3?
Really? Wow. Yeah, he did.
Okay. I mean, Parish.
Surprised by that as well. If you look at Darcy's numbers throughout this year, where he's had superior numbers, he hasn't polled.
All right, so Darcy comes in and pinches Walsh's 3 votes there, but we get the 2. Tough one to swallow, but we've got to move on. Round 17, Pom, I believe that was Collingwood.
Yep. So, I mean, this one will be an interesting one because, again, this is one that on paper, round 17, Geelong battered us, didn't they, from memory?
It was Geelong. Sorry, my bad. Yes.
Yeah, Geelong. It was 26 points, so they won. But it's worth noting that Walsh had 2 goals and 36 touches. So he should fancy himself at this stage that he's going to be all but the 3 votes. You would imagine against Brisbane, if you look at Geelong's numbers particularly, they are very even.
All right, let's tune in.
Oh. I'm just looking at Brisbane here. What, round 17?
Yeah.
What did Doggies do? See if there's a hope. I mean, this is another game as well that I reckon Bont's going to be tough to poll in this one.
Mm-hmm.
because Bailey had a phenomenal game.
D Mundy. Mundy is flying.
He's doing well.
Merritt. Okay. Petrarca. Okay. Here we go. Walsh.
Told you.
Okay. Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Right. It was like that game's ridiculous. 36 votes. When you get 36 and no one else gets near you, you are getting 3 votes in this game.
Yep. And also the guys that were in contention there were, it was Tui and Stewart. So defenders, yes, they're flashy, but it's a midfielder's world,
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's round 17.
17. What are we on right now? I might give you some time to do what you do. I might just pull some comments up. Guys, what are you thinking so far? How are you going? Is anybody actually doing a drinking game while you're watching this?
Surely.
Here we go. Saving Carlton games till the end. It must get close. I agree.
There we are. I have got these wonderful things for you. So we've got this one has come up.
Okay.
Let's have a look at that. There you are. So that's the Carlton votes as it stands at the moment. Walsh killing it, I think. Fair to say. I think Walsh has officially won our Brownlow account. And there is everyone's Brownlow votes for you. You can see quite happily we are.
Well, he's tied second. He's tied second. We need a miracle because I think there's only 1, maybe 2 more vote getting opportunities coming up.
We've been lucky as well though because Bontempelli. Because Bontempelli was tipped to do 2 votes and 1 vote in them games there. So he's gone 0 votes. So he's pegged some back. He just needs a little bit of luck. You never know.
You never know. I'm just thinking ahead now. So it's Collingwood. It's a lock for the 3, I think. Don't hold me to it. And I think St Kilda, if he can get the 3 against St Kilda, obviously that was a phenomenal game for us. There were quite a few good players on that day. If he can jag the 2 games there with the best on-ground performances, I don't know. I don't know how Blackerat's going right now, but we'll see. He's tied for second right now, which is a phenomenal effort.
Oh, he's got great guns. I mean, wherever he finishes, he's done well.
Yeah,
he's done well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we're very proud of him.
Where are we up to now?
We're up to around 19. So let's talk a bit about that. We beat the Pies. Oh my God, we beat the Pies. Oh, that was a very interesting night for a variety of reasons. But yeah,
I broke Swoop Luke as well on the live stream. But here's his numbers: 39 touches, 1 goal, 5 tackles, 9 marks. It was as complete a midfield performance, I think, for the entire end of the game as well. I just sung he's the best in the league to Swoop Luke. And this was it, wasn't it? This was the game.
This was. I might play a little video just to remind everyone what happened on this day.
This right here is their grand final. They're going to be celebrating like Italy just won the Euros again. That's what we've given them. We've given them hope. We've given them fucking hope. How? Why? Yeah? Because we're pathetic. We didn't show any heart in that last quarter. Are you kidding me?
You know where I understand Luke on a real deep spiritual level? That last breath he takes where he's like, Like I really, from the bottom of my heart, I feel that, you know.
That was probably the most fun I've ever had watching any sport with Swoop, Luke. I've got to say that was the best day ever. I think it was great as well because if you remember that game, we started off absolutely dog shit as well. We really did, and he was so up and about. Like I remember at one point as well, a lot of the Carlton fans left in the chat, and it was overtaken by Collingwood, and I was copying it, and then Walsh did his thing. We came back. Swoop Luke went from doing handstands to, writing real moody poetry towards the end. Great day.
Yeah, Rubber Ducky's asking, was that on Blue Abroad? Yes, it was. We do watch-alongs during the game. I don't do them. Pom does watch-alongs for every game. Looking forward to that next year. Hopefully watching along a team that's going to be playing in the finals. But I think they'll just go up another level, especially with Luke, because he's look, we take the piss out of each other, but he's such a good sport and he's so good for AFL YouTube. I really love what he's all about.
He's the best, probably the best opposition. I think social media guy. That might be a big call, but I would say of all the opposition fans, hate to say it, best in the AFL. Like I enjoy him more than anyone else I've dealt with so far.
Yeah. No, it's all good fun. We've reignited the Carlton Collingwood rivalry, and we've taken it to the internet now. So
I mean, there's something about having two white guys rap about each other. I think that's good, wholesome family content.
Absolutely. So Pom, coming up round 18, we know Walsh he should be winning the best on ground and the 3 votes. Who else is up there for us?
I mean, round 18, if we look at the Carlton team, round 18, there was a few great performers, but I would expect to see, he's already polled already, I'd expect to see Paddy Dow being with a chance, 17 touches, 3 marks, particularly his first half. He was bursting from the packs nearly every time he got the ball. And I'd say Bam Bam. 1 goal, 26 touches, 7 marks, 7 tackles. I think he'll be there. This was, Stephen, you're right. This was the Dick map. If you remember, the heat map where he drew a perfect willy.
Yes. And Pom, just looking at Kennedy's stats here, these are the stats that we've been seeing from Walsh all year, just in terms of you get that goal as well. You get yourself in the eyes of the umpire as well. So we'll see if he can get a vote. But yeah, this was also the game where the infamous "fuck yeah" comment was heard on the broadcast, and it really will go down in folklore, that moment.
Well, I mean, it's never been confirmed who said it, has it? But we assume it was Walsh.
I think it was Cottrell. I think is what I've heard around the traps. Yeah,
I can't imagine Walsh would swear.
Yeah, me either. He's too perfect. Although swearing's not a bad thing. It's just how real people are. All right, let's tune in. Let's get these 3 votes. And we need Bont to settle down. Jamie Cripps.
Oh, T. Parrish.
Brutal. Merritt. Okay, great. They're taking votes off each other. Just chill out, Clayton. Okay. Ollie Wines just shooting it in. Mackay 1 vote. Tagoe 2.
Come on. There it is.
No Bont.
And that's round 18.
And that is round 18. That's a dagger.
And that's it. I mean, Sam Walsh there. So let's quickly do this for you, ladies and gentlemen at home, because I'm a nice guy. Get rid of that.
Doing work on the fly, the pom, and
I suppose we don't even. Really, the Carlton votes are irrelevant, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, I'll need to know them
at this stage. I mean, Walsh is that far ahead at the moment. He's his own team, but
yeah,
there it is. There is the leaderboard.
I'll get that up.
There. No, it was me. I pressed the wrong button because I'm stupid.
But
there you are. There's the leaderboard. You can see Walsh right in it. So I've just gone quickly to my Brownlow predictor that I do myself. Where are we? Round 19. Walsh is there. So I can tell you from here, I've got Bont polling 5 votes from here.
That's
from
phenomenal.
round 19 onwards. I've got Walsh polling. Where's that? I've got Walsh polling 4 votes from here. But interesting, I've got Steele polling 9.
Okay, so he's coming hard. He's coming home hard.
So I think Wines or Clary should win it from here. I'm still backing Clarion because I've got him getting 7 from here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out.
All right. So next up is round 19. Wow, it's hard to keep up. What happened? No, that was round 19, I think.
Yeah, that was it's round 20 now.
Round 20 versus no, sorry. Round 19 versus North Melbourne. Oh wow.
Yes, it's not. Yeah, so
that's why I forgot about it.
Yeah, so this game, if you remember, was a little bit bad for Carlton. It'd be interesting to see how the umpires go here. I'd imagine Larkey gets the 3. Because if you remember, this was Walsh and Wheatering's one bad game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be very surprised to see Carlton Paul votes here.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, Walsh, he probably was one of our best. 27 touches, 3 tackles. Jack Silvani was brilliant this game as well. 4 tackles. Did a little bit of work in the ruck as well. But I would suspect that you've got Simpkin, Stevenson, Larkey, Thomas, Hall. Though these guys will all be fighting it out for 3-2-1. You never know, though.
You never know. But the damn wall really broke against North. But anyway, let's have a listen. Timmy Kelly.
Here we are.
Simpkin 1. Taron Thomas 2. The big Suv.
Yeah, I mean, there was no. I mean, the chances of us getting a vote in that game were like trying to find rocking horse shit. Like it weren't happening. And you can cop it. You can.
He's on 27 votes, Walshy, right?
Yeah, he's killing it. Great point by Josh Klebs, future Brownlow medalist that the media will make you believe because he's really good. Adam Chera currently sitting on the same amount of votes as Liam Jones, Wheatering and Paddy Dow.
A hamburger and a soft serve. That's done me for the night. That's brilliant. All right. McRae. Bond. Jeez. Okay. All right. So we get to round 20, and we've just lost poorly to North Melbourne. I still remember this. This is still kind of fresh. That was a terrible reaction. I remember the fan cams were fiery that night. And I remember there was no talk in the media for this upcoming game. We played against St Kilda. I remember coming up against Marvel Stadium. They had a pretty good record against us in general, let alone at Marvel. But it was a great day for us, and we ended up having arguably one of our best games. Charlie Curnow returned and kicked that goal. And, Pom, what have you got coming up for this round? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, this one here, with the way Walsh is polling, you just never know as well, because there is a case at this stage that the umpires vote weirdly when a team wins anyway. But I would expect to see Harry take out. I think Harry's a great chance here to take out the 3 votes. We hope it's Walsh for selfish reasons. Let's look at what Walsh did round 20. 26 touches to 3 goals, 4 tackles, 3 marks. He's a great shout for 3 votes here. Great shout.
Lock it in.
Like we say, remember the old rule: 2 or more from a midfielder, you get the 3. 25 disposals, 9 tackles, 1 goal from Mr. JSauce. But he is on the magical number at the moment, is this fella here, Harry. Harry kicked the 5 goals. Now, 5 goals is usually a lock for 2. Dependent on what the mid does is 3. Now, we've got to hope Walsh took the piss this game. So, hopefully, Walsh is sewn on for 3 votes. But I think now this is the problem we've got. Clary Oliver, my original pick to win this at the start, he comes home like a wet sail.
All right. He's just got the 1 vote now. Petrarca gets a 3 here. Doggies are up. Bailey Dale. No Bont. Here we go. Harry for 2.
Come on!
Get in.
There
30
it is.
votes. Is that 30 votes?
That's the cheat code as well. 3 goals when you're a midfielder. You've got it.
30 votes, and you can't guarantee a Brownlow. What a crazy count.
Well, let's do it now. Round 20. So from now, I've got 3 more votes coming from Clary.
Okay.
I've got 4 votes coming from Oliver. I've got 7 votes coming from Jack Steele. I've got 1 vote coming from Mr. Bont. And with Walsh, I've got 1 vote. So as it stands, who wins it from there? It looks like 6. Walsh could, based on it, if it goes the way I said, 4 more votes for him. It looks like Oliver will win it.
Okay. Well, Bontempelli on 33. Ollie Wines on 32. Walsh is on 30. I mean, it's a phenomenal effort. I think Chris Judd won his Brownlow with us on 30 votes. Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments? I'm pretty sure that's how it happened.
Well, genuinely 30 votes is clear out of space on your mantelpiece.
Yes, correct.
It just shows you how tough the league has become.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get rid of this comment. Put that up again if you like.
Let's see if it works.
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yep. So there you go, ladies and gents.
So there we are. You can see the parish bet seems to be pretty safe for Uncle Pom.
Well, I mean, Ollie Wines, he's getting votes against us, top votes, you'd think. That's a phenomenal count, man. That's really impressive, especially for the D's players, because I think Gawn still has his 13 or 14 votes, but Oliver and Petrarca, together. That's what's that? 50 votes combined. That's a remarkable effort.
Oh, it's a phenomenal effort, and it'll be interesting to see how it panders out now because we haven't got many games left.
Mm.
They've only got the 3 games now. We'll be hoping for a Walsh bit of magic, won't we?
We're hoping for something wacky to happen. Let's have a look. We're at round 21. So we've beaten the Saints. We're feeling good. The finals berth is still there, even though a lot of people had given up. And then we go in just absolutely, I don't know what we did against Gold Coast. Just
banter.
Oh my God, these men, they kill me. Can't believe
there you are. There is our mate, Sammy Walsh, round 21. Other takeouts of that game as well. Ed Kerner, 25 touches, 8 marks and a goal. But this is the guy that we're really talking about, isn't it? And that's what he did. Now, is that good enough to poll? We just don't know. But that's what he needs to do. We need to get him into the polls here.
Yep. In a funny way, I don't know if, I guess Melbourne are showing that you can do it with 2, proven vote getters, but you would hope that in 2022, Cripps is back to his best. And when he's playing at his best, it's hard to not have him with, not have him standing out and getting the 3 votes or the 2 votes. But I feel like we're just going to fall short with Walshy.
Oh, I think he'll be tough. I think with the role that Walsh is playing, though, I think he's going to he's going to definitely get one of these. He'll definitely wear one of these.
Yeah.
It's a matter of when.
Well, that's right. It's a matter of when. And to be honest, not that I hope he never wins one in a negative way, but I hope we have such a well-rounded team that they all take votes off each other and we're playing in a grand final this weekend, or the weekend coming up. Obviously, you want to selfishly get the awards for your players and win it all, but I'm sure the premiership is what really counts for them.
Oh, definitely. But I think when you look at the players that we've got coming through, I don't think there's anyone on our list that has a game like Walsh that could even compare. I think Dow's ceiling would never be a 30-touch game. It's not the style of football he plays. It's not what he's even built to do. So I think Walsh will always be... I think it's the Clayton Oliver Petrarca argument.
Yep.
You knew Oliver was going to finish above Petrarca, yet you knew that was going to happen because the way this game works. Exactly like Stephen says, Chera's game isn't attractive enough. He's not classy enough and he's not tough enough to take the game off. So Walsh is always going to be your main man. Walsh's threat will always be Mr. Cripps, but I think Cripps is always going to play now more of a provider role. So I think Walsh will be the one-man band. I think you'll see Walsh be that Dustin Martin 2017 for Carlton and the rest of the players step up to be a good 7 out of 10. I think Walsh is always going to be in 10. But it's going to be tough now for Walsh to poll. I think he might get a token vote at the end.
All right. Steele, there's the 3. Luke Jackson with the 3.
Ooh.
I must have missed the Carlton votes.
No, it was It was all Gold Coast. Like we predicted, it was going to be tough. Always going to be tough for him. How's that affect the board? So Cripps, of course, that would just load up there. Give me a second. I will give you a live update. There you are. Piss off.
People don't know who you're talking to, but yeah.
I am talking to my computer that is bringing up. My editing software is open as we speak, and every time I click into it, it
putting
has
a
a
call out.
hissy fit.
We're putting a call out to people for next year's Brownlow watch along. We need you to create graphics on the fly while we're doing the show and send them through. So there's something we can give you 12 months notice for. Get in touch. Get in touch if you want to help out.
So there we are. There we are. Right. So that's it. Wines 33 with Bont, Walsh, Oliver, Parish. I'm a home and host there. Now I don't have to get a tattoo with Parish's mum. So that makes me feel a little bit better. One of Pom's many stupid bets that he's done on live on air. He'll never learn. But there you are. So Walsh needed, like, I'd say looking at these games remaining, where are we? Round 22.
Round 22 and 23, we're talking about a 95-point demolition at the hands of Port. And then GWS wasn't too much better. I mean, we put in a little bit more of a fight, but he would need to shock us and get a 2-vote game potentially in that GWS game.
Yeah, and I mean you've got Eddie Kerno as well, haven't you? Ed Kerno had such a blinder that you'd say if there is going to be a token vote for us being bad, it'll go to him. I mean, really, all you can do here is blame David Teague.
Should have picked the phone up.
It's his fault. Like you say, he didn't pick the phone up. So thank Christ he's gone because he cost Walsh a Brownlow.
All right. We might get a club leaderboard. Blue Bagger in Vietnam. We'll get that done once the count is finished. We'll get a final.
You know what? Because I love you.
Hang on. We'll be coming up now. We'll be coming up now on the votes. Hang on.
That's live as of last round.
There you go, Blue Bagger in Vietnam.
I better be your favourite Pom for that.
Wow, Monday. Tommy Mitchell. Wines with the one only. Okay.
Well, I mean, that makes it. I mean, at the moment, I will give you a live no, I can't even speak. I'll give you a live update.
Hey, man, we're battling here.
That is proof men can't multitask there. I was just reading the thing and my brain was reading it and my mouth was speaking and it couldn't do it. There you are. Right. That is live as we speak. So Ollie Wines is a flea's dangly bit ahead of Marcus Bontempelli. Walsh third, Clary fourth. So the winner can only come from Bontempelli or Ollie Wines.
That's a
so
good
I don't
effort.
know who everyone's hoping to win. But yeah, exactly like Sandra says, what a phenomenal effort for Sam Walsh, though. 13th. He's in a team that, let's be honest, the last two rounds probably doesn't even deserve to be a football team. And he's finished third. That's how good he is. Because the Brownlow doesn't count. It's all about us, and Walsh is the best.
Let's hear the last round of votes before we sign off. He's really gone Nice and deep with his voice, has Gillen. Hawthorn C. Wingard. I like it. Jack Steele, that'll get him up there. Here we go. Ed. Yeah, good call. Oliver for 3. That wins it?
Means it can only be tied, as the Doggies hasn't had one.
Ollie Wines.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Well done,
Ollie Wines. Well done.
The first man ever who can be bought in a Lego pack to win a Brownlow. Great effort.
Well, you know what? It also says about Cripper as well, because Wines has been sort of down for the last couple of years, like had the shoulder injury doing the wakeboarding, whatever he was doing. And, you know, he's a big contested bull. And there were talks about, you know, is the game moving past him? He's not made for these big contested bulls. And good on him. He's won the Brownlow Medal. So that's from us here at Blue Abroad to Ollie. Well done. But Sam Walsh, mate, we're talking about a third-year player who's just polled 30 votes in a season. It's an unbelievable achievement.
I mean, what? Third-year player, starting All-Australian. Let that sink in. Starting All-Australian midfield. Not, you know, the Mickey Mouse way in on the interchange, which doesn't count. Actually starting bona fide. That's just, for me, that's phenomenal in itself. But now, really, ratified as top 3 in the comp. I mean, there's the Carlton leaderboard. You can see, look at that. 8 votes, Harry, but 30 coming to Sam Walsh. I mean, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal achievement for Sam Walsh, and really privileged to have him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pom, mate, I enjoyed this. This was fun. I feel like I probably would be more distracted having watched it without doing the watch along. So I hope you guys in the audience enjoyed it as well. Blackarat, we want to thank you for taking us on this journey as well, and I hope you did enjoy tonight. And tomorrow night, Blue Abroad show. We're going to get back into the program. We've got a lot of news to dissect, re-signings, new signings, maybe a new coach. We'll get the fan cams going again tomorrow, so be sure to tune in. Pom, thank you as always, mate. Some of the work you put in for tonight to get it going was unreal, and even live work production, it was impressive.
We always have fun here, but my pleasure. And honestly, I hope everyone enjoyed that bit of fun. But I had a lot of fun doing that.
Absolutely, guys. Enjoy your night. Go the Mighty Blues. We'll see you tomorrow night.